captures the moment. Man, it is extraordinary.
Let's go straight into Bafana conversation now. Pilani, we play Morocco on Tuesday.
We are progressing to the next round. I just want you to prepare your pride pack and everything. Don't invite to that game. As a sub-Muntumandi, we are ready to go forward and progress to the quarterfinals.
Mark?
I do believe we have what it takes to beat Morocco, because I've always said on our day, we can beat anyone on the continent.
Nadim?
Whatever happens on Tuesday against Morocco, we just say well done, Bafana. Even if we are going to welcome them on Wednesday or Tambo.
So Bafana's losing to you, according to you?
Oh, definitely. You're coming back on Wednesday.
It was definitely even. Jets, we'll do it again on Friday, yeah? Lilo?
You're not going to sing on Wednesday?
What's happening on Wednesday?
Tambo.
Oh. Gary Smith, of course, being a Ghanaian man himself. Gary, I know I sound very upbeat when I'm greeting you. I can imagine you're still in a period of mourning.
We are back to square one. We've been here for the last couple of Africa Cup of Nations.
This has been, by far, the best AFCON I've witnessed. From a footballing point of view, organizational point of view, broadcast point of view, what the SABC Sport has done in this broadcasting of this has been absolutely breathtakingly amazing. All round, the best AFCON in history. We've shown every single game live. SABC Sport proudly putting together a world-class, you hear me, production.
The sky is the limit, and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want, have what you want, be what you want.
Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM. Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Game over.
Bafana kubekani nomsebenzi wenu phambili siyazi ukuthi siyasapota bangelo ushikashika ngeke sinyekelele nazo ukuthi sikhona singamasupporters hambani Bafana nisiyele kuye phambili sithi hlanganani eMzantsi Afrika qhubeka Bafana mkhulu umsebenzi Bafana siyabona mkhulu kakhulu sithi kanjalo libambe wonke lo mshikashika mqhubekele phambili Bafana sikhona sizosupporta ngayo yonke indlela.
Bangaja abantu aba yazi bayithathe ngonyalo lwabo bathi khunde bebanganqaba babatsha abantu siyabasapota
Evidence makhapa counter attack yomhlaba lethal ahlaba phakathi
imoto akajayivi wenze enye into sibethe sikasikomota kwadini zincacela zisiya phambili ezoMzantsi Afrika
Africa Chipembe Minarapola Matimbo Tubariteka Morocco Ningapixana huwa Swentlekile Swentleke Pokomatela Lantati Bakora Trapana Koma to South Africa, North Paishena, Morocco, African Cup of Nations, 2023 quarter. Right, so 10 after the hour 6. We had to start it like that. We just had to start it like that because why not? Huh? Why not? Thanks so much for the touchdown. They do it again tomorrow between 3 and 6. Unbelievable moments. Yeah, cameras are falling in studio. It's a lot. Unbelievable moments last night. Absolutely unbelievable. South Africa beating Mozambique in the quarterfinals. But, I mean, not a team that we struggle with is Morocco. But even they have not been where they are right now. You know, even they have not been to the levels on which they are at the moment. So it is actually the cherry on top. And I said it last night and I'll say it again. It wasn't just the victory. Because, yes, we beat an outstanding team in that Moroccan team. But it was the way in which we did it. It was the way in which the boys fought. It was the way in which you saw the heart, the soul, the blood and the thirst that we'd wanted for such a long time. We saw it yesterday. I want to share something with you because I was on air yesterday on SABC. What a production, by the way. Absolutely. I mean, the entire Africa Cup of Nations has been absolutely fantastic on SABC. I have not tuned off. And, I mean, I'm one of those people, if I'm not getting my worth, I will move. You know, I'm not going to stay because I work here. No, I stayed because it was fantastic. It's been fantastic this entire time. Last night, Mangoba Mngqithi said something. I want you to hear it. This is just before the match started, what Mangoba Mngqithi said about the big match, Morocco versus Bafana Bafana.
It's the time to be fully behind our team because this team is good enough. I hear that Morocco is #1 in Africa, but the best team in Africa comes from this country. So the two giants of African football are playing today, in my opinion.
The two giants of African football. Don't look at yourself as a minor. Don't look at yourself as little. Because here you are. You are great. It's 12 after the hour 6. Yes, all of you waiting for that Nadim moment. All of you waiting for so much. We'll get to it. Thank you so much to Botham Sila. That was his song that ushered us in at the beginning there. I'm pretty sure he was at the game last night. I didn't see him. I didn't see much of the game last night. I was too focused on the action on the field. But I'm pretty sure he is grateful for that. We played that song there. If he was here, he would have been dancing and calling alongside with us. It's 13 after the hour 6. Tonight's show is all about you. We want to hear from you. So give us a call and let's hear from you. We want to know everything about where you were, how you felt, and what happened. Is all of this is Sports Amplified with Andy. Let's take a break. When we come back, we need to cross out of South Africa to get a reaction from internationals. And then Mahuta said something when we had him here on Podcast Friday. Nadim said something on Podcast Friday. We're not going to shy away from it either.
Submissions for this year's Metro FM Music Awards are now open. And the winner is... To enter, simply log on to www.metrofmmusicawards.co.za. Make some beautiful noise! For inquiries, email info@metrofm.co.za. Yeah! Metro FM.
If you don't know, you better ask somebody. It's bigger, it's better. The Metro FM Awards are back.
It's where you want to be. Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM.
It's Bafana Day on Sports Night Amplified with Andile. Ladies and gentlemen, leading African football journalist Gary Al Smith. Listen, after the last time we had you here, all the South Africans said, Andile, what can you do? I said, I'm terribly sorry, but I can't afford him. You know, we can't do pounds and dollars here.
Rand is just fine, my brother. Rand is just fine.
You are in Cote d'Ivoire at the moment. Was it celebrations all night last night?
Oh, boy. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Boy, they know how to party. Yo, bro! Remember, I'll take your mind back to when Chabalala put the ball in the net in 2010. Yeah, that was that sort of vibe. Yo! Yo!
6 to 7 p.m. Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM. Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Hold up. It's the touchdown with Tebow time.
We have the iconic James Ngobo.
Thank you so much, Touch. Thank you.
Of all the work you've done, I'm going to pay most of my attention on the work you did with Brahu Masikela.
Yeah, Songs of Migration.
Songs of Migration.
Yeah.
But wherever we went, we'd always find a special room for him because he needed to practice his horn. And one day, I said to him, so you practice your horn every day? And the answer shocked me. He says, I've been practicing my horn every day for 55 years. And then he said, I'm just getting to understand this horn. It was like I took a humility tablet when I listened to that.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the touchdown. Touchdown. Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM. Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m.
There's just moments that you remember forever. You know, it's one of those moments that when it happens in sport, you remember where you were, you remember what you were doing, you remember, and you can almost feel and touch it. And those moments are far and few between when you speak of Bafana Bafana. You got to go to 96, you got to go to probably 97, you got to go to 98. Probably there was one moment there. Yesterday was one of those moments. Quarterfinals, something we've done before. We have. So it's not a big deal. Stuart Baxter took us to the quarterfinals. In fact, that was the last time that we were there. But it's not that. It's the way in which sport makes you feel. It's the way in which when you are sitting around with your family, you feel. The next day, you can't wait to speak to people. You're on social media. That's what it is. It's that unity that it builds. It's just that feeling of appreciation, of knowing that something that you are attached to has done what it's done. And that is something fantastic. And that's what yesterday was all about. But I can't wait to hear from you. I'm going to come out of all my interviews a little bit early today because I need to hear from you guys. I mean, so many of you have been calling here, you know, those that are pro Hugo Bruce and Bafana Bafana, those that weren't, who were naysayers, who said we could never do what we've done now. I've been backing Hugo Bruce from day one. You know that. To some of yours irritations as well when you've called here. But 086-000-2160, 060-552-7303 are the numbers you can get a hold of us on, and we'll be playing that. Those moments I was talking about, I said them last night, Malcolm. Perhaps play that for us, the clip of last night. I think it should be labeled Moments with Andy or something like that, because those are some key moments that I remember, frankly, with Bafana Bafana. And I think yesterday is going to go into that memory box for me of just great moments of Bafana Bafana.
Absolutely unbelievable. A moment, a minute, a time, a day South Africans will never forget. Very much like the 3rd of February in 1996 when we lifted it. Like the 16th of February in 1998 when McCarthy scored 4. 24th of April in 96 when we took on Brazil. We might have lost, but we'll never forget it. 10th of November 1997, we qualified for the World Cup, beating Zaire. Today, the 30th of January 2024, South Africa has once again indebted in our memory something we will never forget. A victory against the best team in Africa, a semi-finalist at the World Cup. And it's not just a victory, it's 2-0 to Bafana Bafana.
It was exactly that, isn't it? It was that passionate. It's that sort of moment. I was emotional at the end of that match looking at Tebogo Mokoena. What a journey, what a man. Walter Steenbok, wherever you are, Zatulu Mwazi. The story of Morgan Mamila and Mahopa, for instance, Evidence Mahopa. Another fantastic story. Omar Gakdugba is coming up. We're going to be speaking to him about all things Africa Cup of Nations. At the beginning of it all, he didn't even see us getting out of the groups, but he's not alone. Many didn't, and maybe perhaps we deserve that. And it's something that we can speak about to say, yeah, we weren't given that tag because we didn't deserve it. Maybe we deserved it. But right now, you got to give them their dues. You got to give them their dues. And that's what we're going to do. Omar Gakdugba coming up, and then we're going to be playing some of the clips that from some of the guys that have come on here, and then taking your calls.
Submissions for this year's Metro FM Music Awards are now open.
And the winner is...
To enter, simply log on to www.metrofmmusicawards.co.za.
Make some beautiful noise!
For inquiries, email info@metrofm.co.za.
Yeah!
Metro FM.
If you don't know, you better ask somebody. It's bigger, it's better. The Metro FM Awards are back.
It's where you want to be. The Metro FM Back to School Tour is back, coming to a city near you.
And the kiddos are back at school, man.
Bringing you Metro FM's Back to School Tour with the Best Mornings team.
Right here on Best Mornings.
Catch your favorites, DJ Sabby and Candice Kardashian.
Needless to say, I went straight to detention.
Broadcasting live from Manor Gardens Primary School in Durban, KZN on the 2nd of February.
Do you have new classmates this year?
And wrapping it up on the 6th of February. We will be in Cape Town at the Grove Primary School.
Uncle Owen here. I've got a dad joke for you.
The Metro FM Back to School Tour with Best Mornings. Is where you want to be.
He's an accredited UEFA sports journalist. You can catch him at @TransferGo, brand influencer. He's a publisher on omasport.com and, of course, a travel junkie all over the world. Omar Katugbana joins us on the line. Omar, I'm waiting for my apology.
Congratulations, first and foremost, to you guys, to everyone, every South African, to the coach, to the team. What an incredible result. No one expected it. Not even the biggest punters could have put their money on South Africa to win.
Yeah, that's because they don't listen to me. I would have told you that we're going to win.
I'm sure you yourself wouldn't have been able to put your money. Maybe you would have said it out of faith, but you would not have been able to put your money on that.
But it's not just the victory. I mean, it wasn't just a fluke victory either. I mean, the performance that Bafana put up, Omar.
Absolutely. Of course, 2-0. They controlled the game. Of course, Morocco had a little bit more possession, but they didn't do much with that. South Africa had 3 shots on target. Morocco had just 2. Even though Morocco were profligate in front of goal, they really didn't, do much. They were completely dominated by South Africa. And of course, the accuracy deserted them. And when South Africa had the opportunity, evidence showed some evidence of maturity. At 23, slotting that one back into the back of the net calmly. That was sublime football. And look at the free kick. Absolutely mind-blowing. Again, credit to South Africa. And again, interestingly, this is not the first time South Africa have beaten Morocco. So you guys know them very well, so to say.
Yeah, Morocco is not one of those teams that we struggle with. I mean, we've played them. There was a 6th game. They've beat us twice. We've beat them twice. And we've drawn twice. So we're pretty even when it comes to it. But that Hakimi penalty was a game changer, wasn't it?
My bro, I was dumbfounded. As a matter of fact, before he kicked that penalty, I said to someone watching with me, I said, if he misses this penalty, he will be buried alive. That was incredible. I mean, that's where you'd really know what it means to take very, very, very crucial penalties like that one. You have to respect players who do it. That's why you have to also respect Percy Tau. His leadership quality. He missed the penalty in the first game against Mali. Second game against the game against Namibia, I got the opportunity. He went on and blasted it into the back of the net. That's real guts. And that's something you have to credit him for. True leadership and leading these guys to a possible semi-final. That is absolutely incredible. Last time out in 2019, knocked out in the quarterfinals against Nigeria. And it's already looking like another Amapiano battle again this time around. It will be amazing. It will be one for the books.
I mean, if Nigeria and South Africa in the semi-finals would be a great matchup, wouldn't it? I mean, it would be absolutely amazing. I saw Hakimi coming out and apologizing for missing the penalty and apologizing for being knocked out and wishing South Africa luck as well. I thought very mature of him.
Very great of him.
I just wonder, though, do you think the performance of South Africa in this tournament is beginning to sway maybe people outside of South Africa of the potential of South Africa all over again. Once we were known as giants on this continent, and when you take a look at the fact that most of the players that are there, the only player on the field that doesn't play in South Africa at some point was Yaya Sithole only. Is it beginning to change the perception of people like yourself?
Of course, absolutely. In fact, I said it already this morning that first and foremost, South Africa's performance at this ongoing AFCON is a testament to how important it is to have a very good league. And it's a reward for everything South Africa has done to football. First on the in South Africa and of course to the continent of Africa. South Africa has a league that is regarded as one of the best, not even in Africa, in the world. And in terms of organization, in terms of structure, South Africa can be mentioned. And I've always said it over and over again, we need to see a balance of that, what is happening off the pitch. We need to see a reflection of that on the pitch. Because if that doesn't happen, then you begin to ask yourself, what is missing? So what we have seen so far is a reflection of the fact that if you continue to do great work administratively, it will reflect on your result on the pitch. So your question is absolutely spot on, and I think that the result against Morocco and South Africa's progress to the quarterfinal, we begin to draw the attention of Africans once again, and we make South Africa earn the respect once again. Because normally when you mention Bafana, it attracts some kind of people tend to want to laugh when you talk about South Africa in football. People believe, this is not rugby. You won the Rugby World Cup, but in football, you are not a country to be reckoned with. But so what has happened is a good way to tell people, hey, you can't look down on us. The league is fantastic. The league is producing players who can hold their own against players who play at the biggest clubs or for the biggest clubs in Europe. Morocco paraded players who played for some of the top clubs in Europe, who reached the semi-final of the World Cup, beating with Portugal, Belgium, Spain on the way to reaching the semi-final, eventually losing to France. That is the sort of team South Africa beat yesterday, and that tells you of how humongous what this group of players like Evidence, like Mokoena, and the likes have done. Credit to the league, and this is actually a morale booster to everyone playing in the PSL.
You mentioned that, and on top of my head, I think about the conversations that we've had about Morocco. You take a look at the fact that, 2021 quarterfinalists, they came fifth. Round of 16 in 2019, quarterfinalists in 2017, 2013, 2012, group stages coming 10th and 12th out of there. You can go on and on and on and on and on. I think the best they did, I was runners-up in 2004, is the best. And then in 1980, against Nigeria, they came third place. The last time they won it, 1976. Yet they play in the World Cup, and you see a different Morocco. I wonder about Morocco's commitment to an Africa Cup of Nations, or is it the sort of game that just doesn't allow them to play as they would when they play in Europe? I don't understand, Omar.
I think that's a very valid point. I think that the difference is the atmosphere, the style. In Africa, they say the AFCON is not a respecter of tactics and skills. AFCON is a bit more about brawn. And of course, current AFCON, we've seen a lot of brain also mixing up with brawn. And I think that maybe for Morocco, they are lacking in that physicality to contend and speed and energy that African players possess. And you can see them, not only Morocco, the entire North African nations, they struggle as far as the AFCON is concerned. They struggle to cope with the physicality, of the other who we like to call, quote and unquote, the real Africans. I hope this doesn't offend anyone.
You're going to offend everyone.
Yeah, but it's more like giving it back to them, giving them a taste of their own medicine. You remember what happened at the World Cup, the drama of we're Arabians, we're Africans, and all of that, and what have you. So I think that they cannot cope with the energy of the AFCON. The AFCON is a totally different ball game. Even the atmosphere, the energy, the weather. Morocco is very close to Europe, even in terms of weather condition. Look at how hot it is in Ivory Coast, and the environment. It's a combination of a lot of things. But overall, I think that the strength the physicality, pace, and energy of African football, real African football, is not one that they can cope with. That is why you see that they've won the AFCON just once in 1976. But on the flip side, you want to mention Egypt, who are the most successful country as far as the African nations are concerned. They are from the same region, same more or less structure, more or less biological setup, what have you. But Egypt seemed to cope. So it's a very mysterious situation and a very complex question that is difficult to answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very difficult one for top-tier teams because you've got the entire top five out. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out. 4 of those were North African teams. All of them out of this competition. I mean, you've seen teams like Mozambique, Mauritania, Namibia being a handful for teams. What is it about this AFCON? I called it at the beginning. I said it's an Africa Cup of Nations of hope because anybody can make it through. Has Africa reached a plateau where everybody is equal, or have the so-called top teams dropped their standards?
I think that it's a case of everybody being equal because, I mean, these top teams can't suddenly drop their standards. As a matter of fact, they have been forced to a level playing ground by the hitherto small teams. And we've seen this coming from last AFCON where Comoros disgraced Ghana, a country with 4 or 5 AFCONs, if I'm not mistaken. And that repeated itself again in this AFCON. Mauritania beat Algeria. Oh my God, I couldn't even believe it. Before that game, I was speaking to a friend and I said, Algeria will trash Mauritania. That there's nothing on earth that will stop Algeria from beating Mauritania, especially knowing fully that Mauritania stood in their way of going to the next round. They couldn't do it, despite knowing fully that we have to beat Mauritania to qualify. That is to tell you the level at which the AFCON has evolved, and the small teams have bridged the gap between themselves and the big team. Look at Equatorial Guinea. They beat Ivory Coast at home by 4 goals to nothing. Cape Verde beat Ghana. And we've seen Namibia beat Tunisia. So it is not even 1 or 2, but we've seen more than 4 or 5 interesting results. They say that when something happens once, it's a mistake or an accident, but when it happens twice or thrice, it's no longer an accident. So what we have seen so far with the result, I think it's more a case of the smaller teams bridging up rather than the big teams dropping in terms of quality. Look at Nigeria. I haven't played a draw with Equatorial Guinea or even with the last results that we churned out before the AFCON, struggling with Rwanda, struggling with Zimbabwe. One would have thought maybe Nigeria dropped. No, Zimbabwe and Rwanda raised their level because that same Nigeria beat Ivory Coast, beat Cameroon, and are now one of the tournament favorites. So it's about teams closing the gap and not the big teams dropping quality, dropping standards.
Before I let you go, what do you make of Victor Osimhen's performances out at AFCON? I mean, in the last game, I must admit, he was a handful. He was getting in those pockets. But when you look at the fact that this is one of the most lethal strikers in world football, not in Africa, in world football right now, do you think, to the level that we know his talent to be, do you think he's delivered at a pace where Nigerians are happy right now?
I would say no. Because to be honest, before the AFCON, we thought that by now Victor would have recorded 5 goals, at least 5. And then again, because we thought that we're going to go to the AFCON and take full advantage of our attacking prowess. But as the tournament started, we see a different Nigerian team that has now become a very defensive side, which is actually un-Nigerian. This is why I personally have my reservations about the team, despite their progress, because this is not how I like to see the Super Eagles play. I like a Super Eagles that plays free-flowing, entertaining football while getting the result. But this present Super Eagles at this AFCON haven't played that way, but they've gotten the result that matters most. So it's a case that confuses you a lot. And even Victor himself seems to have readapted his style to suit this current team. That is why a lot of us were confused, angry a bit after first 3 games, because to be honest, he missed a lot of sitters, which is very, very unlike him. And then people complain a lot. Some persons actually called me out to say, you don't want to criticize him because he's your friend and all of that. And I had to pretend a lot of the times that I had to go and watch the videos again before I say anything. But what I think happened, because these players, they see what is going on online. Any footballer who tells you I don't see what's going on online is just telling you, he's just pretending, because they actually spend a lot of time on their mobile phones and they see all of these things. I think Victor got very angry and wanted to respond. And that game against Cameroon, he came all out.
Guns
fighting.
blazing.
He has not scored, but what he's trying to do is to show that, okay, maybe because we have not been strong going forward, I will show that I can be anything that I want to be. And that's what we saw against Cameroon. And I hope that the real Victor has come out finally. Maybe against Angola, the goals might come.
Very quickly, I want to know from you. Nigeria, Angola, South Africa, Cape Verde. Because if the two teams win, then it's a battle there, of Afro music and Amapiano. The two get to meet. But in your view, I mean, you've gotten it so wrong so far. But let me give you another chance.
Yes.
South Africa, Cape Verde, Nigeria, Angola. Who goes through?
Okay, this is now my standard response to these type of questions. Anything can happen. I don't want to burn my fingers anymore.
Well done. Welcome to the Africa Cup of Nations.
I've learned my lessons the hard way.
You're traveling to Cote d'Ivoire tomorrow, I hear?
Yes, I'll be on the way tomorrow. I'll be there on time to see Nigeria, Angola.
All right, I'm coming through. I'm hoping that South Africa stays to the semifinals. On Monday, I'll be with you.
I hope so, because I look forward to meeting you in person, bro.
Whether they're there or not, on Monday I'm there.
I'll start praying for South Africa.
Omar Kaktugba. Do follow him on social media. He's Omar Kaktugba. And now, Timmy, let's take calls.
All right, here we go. Call Metro FM now on 0860 002160. Drop us a voice note on 060-552-7303.
Waking up, I'm too turned up.
Submissions for this year's Metro FM Music Awards are now open.
And the winner is...
To enter, simply log on to www.metrofmmusicawards.co.za.
Make some beautiful noise!
For inquiries, email info@metrofm.co.za.
Yeah!
Metro FM.
So if you don't know, you better ask somebody. It's bigger, it's better. The Metro FM Awards are back.
It's where you want to be.
It's exactly 18:37. We're celebrating the victory of Bafana Bafana. No one expected it last night, so let's take your calls. Let's speak to you. Let's hear from you. But firstly, here's the coach.
I don't think that I have to tell you that I'm very happy today. We beat Morocco. And it's not only because we are in the quarterfinals, but beating a team like Morocco is something special. This is a very good team with very good players, but we did the right analysis. And the way we played, the tactic was the right one. The first half was nearly not a game. I thought that both teams were a little bit afraid of each other. But the second half, the game was more open, with a few chances for Morocco, but we scored. And that is always important, that you can score the first. After that, yes, we were a little bit lucky because Morocco started to play power play with all the big players in front and high balls and very hard duels. So they had a few chances then. But after the second goal, the match was played, and we are in the quarterfinal, and we are very, very, very happy.
All right, here we go. Call Metro FM now on 0860 002160. Drop us a voice note on 060-552-7303.
Waking up, I'm too turned up.
All right, let's go straight into it. Let's take some of your calls. Let's start with Dixon. Dixon is out. Dixon, welcome to the show. You watched the game last night, I suppose? Dixon, you there? Hey, Dixon, I can hear you.
Hi, how are you, Andy?
Hey, I'm good, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, I think we should have that rule. You know that rule in Zimbabwe where they say there's unpatriotic rule. Well, you are being unpatriotic defending today.
Ooh, I'm being unpatriotic. Are you accusing me of being unpatriotic?
There's someone who's in studio there who was supposed to be arrested. He was staying in Zimbabwe.
No. That guy is coming on Friday.
You keep encouraging us as the nation.
Oh, Dixon, this line is so horrible, and we always have such great conversations, man. All the way Gwamhlanga, but network is not great, Gwamhlanga. Let's go to Mangaliso. Hey, that's a new name to me. Mangaliso is out in Bloom. Mangaliso.
Yes, how are you, Msandile?
Umkhulu lo msebenzi.
I'm good.
Talk to me.
Yeah, my view is I really do not know who's taking it home, but what I am sure of is that Bafana will be part of the final.
When did this view come? Hey, Mangalis, when did you have this epiphany?
After the first game. Hello?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I think I had that idea after the first game.
So after last night's game, you're saying we're going to the final?
It was a confirmation.
What impressed you yesterday?
Oh, beautiful soccer. The boys are giving it all. They are all.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing. When I agree with you, it's the heart. Thank you so much, man. Mangaliso out in Bloom. Really appreciate it. Let's go to Lwazi. Lwazi is in East London. Lwazi.
Ma.
Hey, Tada.
All right, Mjagaz.
Janam, the over the moon, man.
Mamela bao. If you are Kumbola, it's Spain. Sasidala Barcelona in Madrid. If you go to Germany, yayidlala ngeBayern ngeDortmund. This is our time now. Sidlala ngeSundowns. Masibikele iSundowns iCup bafethu because now Sundowns isenzela umsebenzi.
So there's two different views when Zalonto and Alwazi. There's people that say, don't say that because this is the national team. Let's focus on the national team. Let's not have Sundowns. Let's have focus on saying this is the national team. And there are people like yourself who say, no, you've got to give credit to a Mamelodi Sundowns team that's done so well on the continent, and now that is going and pouring into Bafana.
Listen, ma, masikele abantu flowers bezaphila amadoda. Umanqoba noRulani Mkwena. Let's give them flowers. I'm not bypassing the national team. Yes, the national team, but bathathe phobo bantu.
I'm gonna play you a clip from Manqoba Mngqithi. Hold on for me. I want to play you a clip from Manqoba Mngqithi. Just hold on for me.
Enjoy the ultimate entertainment with Hollywood Bets' 25 Rand and 50 free spin sign-up bonus. Play games like Hot Hollywood Bets and more. Sign up today and take a spin with Hollywood Bets. T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bets supports responsible gambling. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counseling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
Nigeria and Angola have reached the AFCON quarterfinal with an undefeated run. One outfit has to go through the exit door of the 34th edition of the Continental Spectacle. The Super Eagles believe their popular green and white colors will fly to the last four. However, the red and black of Angola trust their mechanism to stop the West Africans. This is the African flavor of the beautiful game. Nigeria versus Angola, this Friday, 2 February at 6 p.m. Live on SABC Sport on DTT Channel 4, S3, and SABC radio stations. Also available on SABC Plus and SABCSport.com. SABC Sport, the official broadcaster of the Africa Cup of Nations Côte d'Ivoire 2023, is bringing you world-class African football, available to all. For the love of the game.
It's the time to be fully behind our team because this team is good enough. I hear that Morocco is #1 in Africa, but the best team in Africa comes from this country. So the two giants of African football are playing today, in my opinion.
Lwazi, and yes, Manqoba Mngqithi said last night that it's the best team in Africa, #1, and a team that is the best in Africa as well. He meant Sundowns, of course, because they won the AFL. He says it's the two giants of African football.
Yeah. I was listening, I was watching. And
so you agree?
I agree. 100% agree. But somewhere when we have to go to the Dinyani, Sibanika Lamato, I flower the Sapila. Nandi Mloazi, the Mondi, Mangoba, now Rulani. Thank you, Buffet, to within gate polemic. It's people when you were watching the Bafani zone. That's 45. No, people are being I'm Paul.
But 20?
They know what they're doing.
100%. I love it, Lozi. I absolutely love it.
They trust one another. He knows who Umrena is there. Everybody we can make second 45. One goal.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Lozi. You've just made my day. You've just really made my day. Let's go to Vusi. 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 Vusi, you there? Right, I'm going to move on to me. Let's go to Oscar. Oscar, oh, my name. Oscar.
How's it?
No, Geshapu Manotiaka.
Wait a minute out. Yeah, first thing first, Kirata with Nadim or apology, because on Monday, South Africa to lose.
On Friday.
I mean, on Friday. So, apology, this guy, please, bring a public apology. Yeah, secondly, yeah, shout out to the boys. They were hungry for a win, and they play as a team, and they play for batch. And please, all the South Africans, or when the team is playing, the team is for South Africa, not for the club. Because Kuta somebody more and Rolani Mukwen. Let's not mention the name of the coach. Let us mention only one coach, of which is Hugo Bruce. You understand? Because of if Rubula and then return let us be behind the team. But anyway, I can see what
Oscar, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Like I said, man, it's those two views, and I'm neither side of them. I'm neither side of them, really. I take the appreciation from both as they come. Let's go to Panyaza. Panyaza's out in Soshanguve. Panyaza. Oh, Panyaza, sorry about that one, man. Tumi Sani is in Rustenburg. Tumi. Oh, what team? Timunya gaba haibatzene kya means. Godfrey. Godfrey, you there? I'll tell you what. Actually, I want to do something, Malcolm. You can switch off that call. Godfrey doesn't want to go through. You can switch. Does this phone work? Can I make a call here? Okay, put it on A. Put this phone on A. Put this phone. Is it working? Okay. Dial this number here. 082. Let's call this Nadim guy. Let's just call this Nadim guy. Let's see. It doesn't need a code, ne? I can just dial direct. Yeah, no. Let's call this Nadim guy. Let's see. Because I'm tired of taking his messages. Why is it not ringing? Oh, Malcolm, no phone takes this long. Okay, hang up, and let's try it again for the last time. Let's try it again for the last. Oh, we can't find a line. Hey, guys, there we go. There we go. Let's call this Nadim guy. Because now I'm a messenger now, eh? I'm taking messages the whole day. The whole day I'm just taking messages. Let's just call this guy. Let's call this guy, man. Let him answer for himself, Timmy. Yeah? Friday? No. This guy needs to. He said, I want to see if he's still at the airport. He said he's going to be at the airport again. He said he's going to be at the airport. What did Nadim say?
The mailbox of 082.
What did Nadim say? Let's hear it again.
whatever happens on Tuesday against Morocco, we'll just say well done Bafana Bafana, even if we are going to welcome them on Wednesday or Tambo. But
it's
Morocco,
Wednesday.
of course, they are a solid team. I favor them. With Senegal took all the way, but you can't say Bafana Bafana have not
And those
done
teams
it.
are both
Bafana
out.
is
Losing to, according to you.
Oh, definitely. They're coming back on Wednesday.
It was definitely even. They're both out. No. Let's see if we can get... let's go talk to Percy. Percy's out in Midrand. Percy. Yo. You know what, just take the random calls because Timungwets, it's a high mole. There's so many people and you can't get through. Something seemingly very wrong with our lines. I see you calling. Really appreciate it and hopefully we'll be able to talk some. Hello? Hi.
Hey, Andre.
Hey, there you go. Sorry, I don't know your name because we can't take the calls via Timmy. Who am I talking to?
Brian Makoya from Mamakoya.
Hey, Brian Makoya from Mamakoya. Talk to me, man.
Look, during the day yesterday, I was analyzing the game on this Saturday station. I actually thought we were not going to win because of the from the right side, more especially when.
Oh my goodness. Eh? Guys, it can't be. Okay, let's take the voice notes. Those will probably be clearer. Guys, it's a South Africa we live in as far as network is concerned. Remember, when towers are down because of load shedding, it does mess with what the quality of calls we're getting is. And there's so many of you. There's so many of you that are calling. I'm not quite sure what to do. Let's try send voice notes then on 060-552-7303. I want to hear you, though. I want to have those football conversations with you. Malcolm, while Timmy tries, I don't know what you can do because he's not a magician, but let's take some of the voice notes.
Drop us a voice note on 060-552-7303.
Waking up, I'm too turned up.
Evening Andile nama chance regarding Bafana ke batla tse bana timo tsamaila lo ema airport na ya ba emetse na a ke re ke yena itse batla tla wana se here mo ro tlo reng today a ke re itse ba khutla so a ke tse bor plane thing e fitlhile na re santsana le tseleng ya tla ona tjena gore o emetse tsatsi ka ofela na ke tebo from Naledi. Then again our captain, I'm impressed with our captain. I want to goalkeeper rona captain rona Ronnie Williams. I'm fan le utseba o mashela lu bua le batho ba le right lore ba ba buisa hore guys focus. Then even Mukwena played a huge role. Yeah, mpino o dladile ba fethu aba push up ke ba bona ba le final ba ka ngombe ba itshwere no ola Andile.
Thank you.
Andile Dango Fosifila Samafana. Dango. I hope they are listening wherever they are. Bafana Bamzanzi. Dango Andile.
Absolutely.
And the Metro FM listeners, good evening. Wow. I'm so happy. Yesterday, we were wishing Bafana to do well. And indeed, they did well. They represented South Africa. Well done to the boys. Well done to the coach. Whoever was responsible for the win. We say thank you as South Africans. Thanks, it's Petros from Pretoria.
Good afternoon, Andile Ngove. Ubulela le ba uzi boy ka mo Cambridge ya ene a ke man block 3. Go pelo kana ka game e lani ya Mabani ya Bafana le Morocco.
Then
Bafana ya dlala ball. Bafana ya dlala ball ya bontsha hore ya nyaka hore re nke cup ya AFCON and then ya bontsha hore vele hai re ta enka cup e gore ha o tsena team e ihlopayo too much so ke bona hore re ka enka cup e none rena ya AFCON. Thank you.
Danko, I appreciate it. Let's try this again. Percy's out in Midrand. Percy.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Thank you so much, man. Percy, talk to me.
Yes, I'm definitely over the moon, and I'm still behind the team. I think they are really doing very well. I'm continuing to pray for them as I have been praying for them. I think we've given shivers to those that are coming that we're going to meet already. To eliminate the one topping the continent. I think they've got shivers. When they come to face us, I think we're going to do very well, and the guys are really doing well. We've been doing very well from each and every game. We're going a step up.
We're improving. Percy, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. And I hope that more South Africans are getting on board because the level of self-hate, even after that game, the level of self-hate is embarrassing. David is in Rustenburg. David.
Hey, Andile.
Hey, Tada.
Hey, Oremo.
No, top of the moon, Chief.
Aye, man. Ke rata o leboga man for the chance that you giving me. Get David Marastenberg.
David, talk to me, man. Thank you for listening.
I'm behind the boys. I'm the first time caller, Danny.
Hey.
But I'm always listening, man.
I appreciate it.
Wherever I am, Gile Spanning, Gile go through. So, man, I'm so happy for the boys, man. This thing, it go for all teams that PSL already. They must put each and every player must fight for a San squad. We relevant Sundowns to Vele. I don't know what the fella on FL. All those teams, I did not pick up their socks here. They must come to the party board.
Okay, yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
Well done to the boys, man.
Appreciate it. Tsecho's out in Pretoria. Tsecho.
Andy, when I do wrong, again.
Aki, Zinkhopot.
My bra, was going to skip us and
Sasia Coliso Lenko France.
My bra, or half Vita, when I'm not sure, half Highlander is a Highlander, because of Otto Welcomer.
Damano Merokong, Damano Movile familia yoyotli.
Yeah, man, have you can do the Copela and
talk to me. What do you want to say about Bafana?
I when it catch him here, I did you and I get in my get happy. Come call my Gilenia Springbok, in my get fella happy for a Bafana when you have call. And a winner got one note, Puma low. One note and way professional score line. Oh, that was a no. I want to get Dive. Who would really before? Another noon, who was a half. Or the Marga was a bonnet. My bravona, get a sundown to me, Mara. More like a Bafana. I respect them, they are respect them badge. Yes, get sundown to Mara. I respect them badge agent. Those guys back Allah, Beche, Abacalo, or one of our Sundowns, Babetta, Faga, Ya Brazilian, Marmojura Lang, Bona. And one thing is visit out of actually, Atomogela, my brother, and what is Oracle Liwan. Copella, actually, the Sultis Bahabolane, from Rova Shabumar, Bonara, all the way, my brother.
Thank you so much, Secho. I appreciate you, man. Jimmy Oko Macau, is a regular on the show. He's one of those guys who, has been so amazing to us on this show. He said if Bafana lose, he will not call into this show until June, which is a big thing for a Jimmy because, we have a rapport with Jimmy. We like and we enjoy Jimmy. Jimmy's in our intro even. We won. Let's get Jimmy on the line. Let's speak to Pro. Pro Guamash. Pro. Pro's gone. Did you get Jimmy? Do you have Jimmy? Jimmy.
Andile Nkampe, wasang worship Burjima worship you.
Jimmy, Ampor sa phone, Jimmy, Ampor.
Andile, tell you something. That's what we believe, eh? I'm asking you again. Do you know Bishop Maila?
Umpurize gae.
Utlile as a visitor Jimmy special. Bishop, I go with the Bishop. And after show, let me tell you something. If you want to take a Muslim habe, or go or a dealer guest, ne? Arabafana fan is nothing they're going to lose. Kafuna habe to Judah, so more to Pama Wato Lomo Macau. Shame on you guys. And a Muslim on the Langa, not a ball of professional, Marai, or swag. And let me tell you something. I want you to take my number today. And I'm going to contact you with Bishop Maila at the Metro FM and translate you with touch. Arfel Fogola Mudin. You will let me team me up.
Done.
Can I go couple of favor? I soon get it on a couple of sign them out.
Done, Jimmy, done. Gee, was by the end of the Bafana's tournament, I'm going to be owing the whole country, Jim. I'm going to be owing the entire country, guys. But thank you so much. It's such a family here, and that's why guys feel they can do that because, there's just such a community with everything that we do here. Hey, you.
Hey, you.
Got pencil skirt. Looking like a
snack.
Top management secretary.
A secretary? We should have said a top management boss.
No, they don't look like this.
They don't look like this? Why?
No.
Why?
What is that? What do you wear? That smells really delicious.
Really?
Oh.
Thank you.
That smells really good.
I keep telling you this. I do this so that I can inspire you, right? So that I can wash your eyes. I can imagine all that you've been seeing before I got into the building. So I'm just washing your eyes a little bit.
You're a very well-packaged person, and I normally hear people that look like you do, and you're highly prepossessing, and speak the way you are. You're highly eloquent, very erudite as well. Many a times struggle to attract similar, cacophonously sounding men like that are equal to you. Do you threaten men?
So you're saying that women that look and are packaged like me sometimes struggle.
Not only
to
that,
find
but I mean,
men?
who've got the mental, capacity to back it up, and who are as progressive as what you are.
Yeah, I will say this. The beauty about being packaged the way that I'm packaged is to also understand something called timing. As much as I'm packaged like this at work, at home, I'm Nomzam. At work, I'm Faith, right? And I think that anybody who's able to understand the two dynamics of Nomzamo and Faith and still be able to appreciate the two individuals equally so, I think me and them will work. So do I struggle? No, I don't, because I think that I get into the presence of real men, or I get into the presence of men that are mature enough to be able to hold the woman that I am.
So I must just, be strong, have faith.
You must just be strong, have faith. Uzame ukuthi uzawufika ekugcineni kusekusele kancane.
Okay, 7 o'clock, top of the hour. Nomzam, what do you have for us?
Look, it's another full jam-packed show this evening. Obviously, we're starting off by, and I love the fact that I was listening to the show on my way here even, the celebration of Bafana Bafana. That was amazing. That was amazing. Today, we're also going to be looking at, as we do every Wednesday with our entrepreneurs, we've got the co-founder and the CEO of Password Kids. Now, this is an award-winning provider of advanced child safety innovative technologies. Child safety technologies, which is fantastic. Like your beeps and all that stuff to keep a kid. So we're going to be speaking to them about some of the innovation technology that they've created.
I've got little ones.
Right? Yeah. And especially when they start getting to school and then they start saying, I want to go sleep over at whoever's house. How do you know that they're safe? Yeah. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And then we also are going to be in conversation with the Minister of Water and Sanitation. This also comes at the back of eThekwini communities, such as in Parkgate, in Verulam, as well as in Phoenix. They were protesting, saying that we want water, we want water. So we're going to look at exactly what is happening there when it comes to the water. It is also a big weekend ahead of us with the second voter registration weekend being open. We're in conversation with the IEC's Gauteng electoral officer regarding what we can anticipate. Then after 8 is definitely an after 8 conversation.
After 8, Joe, what do we
have to speak about misinformation and disinformation that persists, especially when it comes to the social media, the news outlets and the like. This is an election year. And the biggest concern when it comes to the election year is what is real news, what is fake news, what constitutes as fact, what is setting an agenda,
and we've
how
seen
do you
what this can do in the USA.
And you've seen what this can do in the you can make a president by just setting an agenda, and your agenda being the one that is dominant. Your dominant agenda can elect a whole president. And I think we need to be able, as South Africans, especially during this big year, look and be able to sift out the good, the bad, the facts and the fiction if we're truly to be ahead with the curve.
Got to get out of here. Thank you so much. It's almost 3 after the hour. 7 Sport at 10 is back this evening. So do catch that. It's always a fun show, isn't it? It's going to be a bit of a celebration.